Hey, love bugs, Dr. Ashley Greer here. I want to talk to you a little bit today about what your highest priority is in life and whether or not you are actually prioritizing it or not. I know that seems so simple, but it's so epically important. So, what the heck is your priority in life? First, you might be saying, oh, it's to help people. Oh, it's to make a bunch of money. But why? Hey, girl, great to see you. But why do you want to help people? Why do you want to make a lot of money? What is it that gets you out of bed in the morning? What is it that's most important to you in the world? Is it your family? Is it happiness? Is it freedom? Part of knowing what your priorities are is knowing what your big why is in life. What is it that you are doing? What is it that you're aiming for? What is the purpose of living in your perspective? For me, my purpose is freedom. I want to create more freedom in my own life and in the lives of my clients so that they can create the life they want to, so that you can do what I did and get out of your khaki crusted old life that looked good on paper and go live a life of freedom wherever you want to, anywhere around the world, even out here in gorgeous Hawaii. You can see the palm tree right behind me. So you need to determine what your priorities are, what it is you're aiming at. So I see so many people, so many women, so many entrepreneurs, so many men too, drifting around sort of aimlessly going, what do you mean, what are my priorities? What do you mean, what's important to me? What do you mean, like, what's my big why? I'm just trying to get through every day. I'm just trying to live my life. And they don't realize that understanding what it is we're aiming towards and understanding what it is that we're trying to create is one of the most essential pieces in trying to manifest the life we truly desire. Because without understanding what it is that we truly want to create, we're going to be treading water with what we're currently doing and not moving towards a destination. It's sort of like getting in your car and saying, take me somewhere to the GPS. The GPS is going, where is somewhere? I don't know where that is. I don't know where you want to go. And so the GPS just keeps taking you around the block, and then you're wondering why, you just keep seeing the same block over and over and over again, because you didn't actually enter a destination into the GPS. You didn't know where you were going. Once you know where you're going, what your goals are, what it is you're aiming towards, what it is you'd like to create, the movement you're looking to create, then you can start to set your priorities, and then you can understand what it is that you're trying to do there. So for example, my big why that I talked about a little earlier is that I'd like to create freedom, and I'd like to help women, really feel free to do what they want. So then what are my priorities if I'm aiming towards that? Well, my priority is A, living a life of freedom myself, like I am here where I live in Hawaii. B, it's helping women to leverage what they have to build more freedom. I'm actually just about to release a free workshop on becoming an entrepreneur for women, men, everybody, just because I want people to understand that they can live a life where they, work from their house in Hawaii as well too, that they're not tied to the brick and mortar, modality of work, that they can go out there and create what they really want to create. The reason I'm talking about that is that actually is a priority built upon my why. That is my priority, is helping people see that they're free. So creating a workshop like that is my priority. Coming on here and doing Facebook Lives is my priority, so that people understand and can see the kind of life I live, can see the kind of freedom I have, and can understand that it's possible for them too. It's possible for you too. If freedom is my priority, what else is my priority? My other priority is to have time freedom, so that I am not feeling like a slave to my computer. As much as I have freed myself from the fluorescent lighted, terrible box cubicle land, sometimes, when you're running your own business, you can feel like a slave to your computer. So I create more and more time freedom in my business, so that I am not a slave to my computer. I'm not a slave to a schedule, and I can do whatever I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. The other way I do this is by empowering women to be their own guru. The reason that is a very, very important concept to me is that I think that a lot of women actually live within a prison of trying to make this or that guru impressed with them or happy with them, and feel as though they've got the approval of that guru. Well, girlfriend, you gotta drop that shit at the curb, because as long as you are trying to impress anyone, even your guru, even your coach, even anybody, and you are not listening to your own divine guidance, and you're not listening to your own divine path, then you are once again not free. You are a prisoner to someone else's perspective and someone else's beliefs about what's possible, what path you should take, what's right or wrong, what your beliefs should be. Screw all those shoulds. You are the arbiter of your experience. You are in command of this ship. You are the director of the play. You are the conductor of the orchestra. You are in charge. You are the boss. And if anybody is telling you that they know better than you do, well, they might have more experience and might be able to teach you a few things, but they are not the person who is living your life. They do not have the instincts and the intuitions about what is right for you like you do. And I want people to stop listening to all of these people. Stop listening to all this noise that says you should, you should, you should, you should, you should. That includes marketing. You know, like, oh, you should go get this kind of soap because suddenly you're going to be a model if you buy this kind of soap. No, probably not. Well, you know what kind of soap feels good for me. I like organic soaps that are very natural and have essential oils and stuff in it. That's what makes me happy. What makes you happy might be something totally different, and that's cool. But when we listen to the marketing that says you should, you should, you should, you should, you should do it like that, then we are buying into someone else's construction of reality, someone else's ticket that says this is the way we have to live in order to be happy, in order to be successful, in order to be wealthy. It's different, again, when people are trying to teach you principles, when you are working with people to heal something in your past. But when you are looking to someone else to establish your truths and establish what it is that is right for you, you are going down the wrong path, and you are actually sacrificing your power in order to get approval from someone else. And so I want you right now to throw out the guru model, to throw it out the damn window and say, I don't have a guru. There is no one else that is in charge of my life except for me, and my priority is to listen to myself and listen to my own divine guidance and listen to what's right for me and listen to what is a hell yes in my life and do more of that and let go of what's a hell no and even let go of what's a maybe. Let go of those things too. Because ultimately you want to live a life that's all hell yes and is none of the hell no and isn't even really any of the maybes, because maybe is a no. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know, maybe is a no. But seriously, if you are not feeling empowered when you work with somebody, when you are out there in your community, when you are in a relationship with somebody and you feel as though they are trying to project their truth upon yours and make you feel as though what you believe or what you feel about your path is wrong, then it's time to drop them and to follow your own truth, because ultimately your priorities are established from within, and they're established from what you know about yourself and from your connection with the divine, because your priorities are going to be different from my priorities, are going to be different from her priorities. And that's why this one shape fits all, that's not the saying, but that's why this doesn't work, is because everybody's different and everybody's unique. And everyone has a guru inside of them that they can follow. They don't need a guru. They don't need somebody to telling them how they should live their life. Teaching is different. Learning is different. You know, understanding different principles, understanding how to be, you know, more courageous, or understanding how to do manifestation, or understanding more about money, or understanding more about, let's say, business basic stuff. You know, I know I hired a coach when I first started who helped me understand business basic stuff, and it was good stuff. But ultimately, the person she said I was, and my branding wasn't who I was. I had to discover that myself. That clarity always comes from within you. Nobody else can give you the clarity. Same with when you go on Threads and you always are looking for guidance from other people. There's a certain degree of needing to do that because we can't always see stuff, you know, really clearly for ourselves. I know me and all of my psychic friends, it sounds weird, but we often connect with each other and we'll say, what's your read here? What are you getting here? Because I just can't see it right because, you know, I'm too heavily emotionally invested in it. And we get, you know, perhaps a little bit of feedback on that. But when you're always going from person to person to person trying to find what the answer is actually within you. The answer is actually inside of you, and it doesn't lie within anyone else giving you the answer. It goes along with that saying, you know, we should be teaching people how to fish rather than giving them fishes. As coaches, we should be teaching people how to find their own answers rather than giving them answers, because ultimately the best guidance you can find is the guidance inside of you. And so to connect back with the topic that I started with about setting your priorities, one way you can actually do this is to actually ask yourself each day, what's most important to me today? You can even pray and ask God or the divine or whatever you want to call it, whatever your personal relationship is with more. You can say, what do I need to be focused on today? What is it that I need to be prioritizing today? And to get really, really kind of brutal about those priorities. don't spend all your time on Facebook, scrolling the feed. Don't spend all your time reading article after article. Don't spend all your time, absorbed in Netflix, unless watching Netflix today is one of your priorities. Focus on what your priorities are that are connected with your big why, that are connected with where you're going, what you're saying to your GPS, this is where I want to go. Because, maybe maybe you say in your GPS, I want to go to Miami. And, then your priorities are to make sure you get an oil change and to make sure you have gas in your car. Because that's what your goal is to get to Miami. And you got to make sure your car is in good shape to get you there. So when you know where you're going, you can set your priorities and you can work in concert with the divine and with your own brilliant, genius self to understand what your priorities are. And don't listen to what anybody else has to say that's trying to tell you how to live your life. Because anything that says you should is probably wrong. I know. I'm sure I've said that once or twice, but I'm even saying that about myself. I can admit that. I don't have all the answers for you. Nobody does. And anybody who says they do is a liar, is a stinking liar. And they just don't have the wisdom to be able to embrace the fact that they can't give you all the answers, that the only way they can give you all the answers is to empower you to find all the answers yourself. That's all I have to say today. I love you guys. Oops. Sorry, I have a hard time holding my phone. And I will see you guys all soon. And here, wait, I'll show you some beautiful, it's kind of bright, which is why I have it facing my window. This is my beautiful view from my bedroom lanai. This is the lanai. That's my living room. There's like 10 different kinds of flowers out here. And that's my shower. My bikini sitting there by my shower. I'll see you guys all soon.